Hi everyone, this is Kiwi Whispers. I just want to say, since I started doing these videos a week ago, that the response has been quite overwhelming. It's really awesome, to be honest. Just the response that I've got, so many subscribers and nice comments. It's been awesome, so thank you to everyone for that. This video is a request from someone called the Peaceable Man. He's from America and basically just wanted to know some stuff about New Zealand, where I live, because not many people know too much about New Zealand. So I'll just sort of tell you sort of the basic stuff that you wouldn't normally know. I guess I'll start just with the very basics. For those of you that don't know where New Zealand is, I'm sure most of you do, but it's located in the southwest Pacific Ocean. It's about 2,000 kilometres east of Australia, which is about 1,200 miles, and the Pacific Islands to the north. Islands like Fiji, Tonga and Samoa. There's two main islands that make up the country. Unfortunately, we don't have proper names for them, so we just call them the North Island and the South Island. Pretty original, I know. Overall, it's similar in size to the United Kingdom. But the biggest difference is the population. Here we only have, it's about 4.4 million people. So it just doesn't compare in size to somewhere, to the UK in population-wise. We are part of the Commonwealth, ruled by the Queen of England, because British settlers came here sort of around the early 1800s and made a deal with the Maori people, who are the indigenous people to New Zealand. The Maori name for New Zealand is Aotearoa, spelt Aotearoa, and it roughly translates to mean the land of the long white cloud. We're very isolated down here. The closest country is Australia, like I said before, but even that's sort of a 4-hour flight away. So we're pretty good travellers, really. We'll go any distance to get anywhere. New Zealand consistently ranks as one of the highest countries with quality of living. Two of our cities, Auckland, which is our largest city, and Wellington, the capital city, often rank in sort of the top 10 or top 20 top cities in the world for quality of living. The weather here is, it varies a lot depending on sort of where you are. Sort of in the far north, it's obviously going to be a bit warmer than in the deep south. Summer is between December and February. Obviously, the southern hemisphere is different. Has different seasons to the northern hemisphere, where I'm sure most of you are listening. So yeah, summer can be quite hot, sort of ranging between 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, so you'll have to convert that yourself if you want to know in Fahrenheit. areas. So South Island gets a lot of snow. North Island not so much. In the middle of the North Island there's sort of quite a big mountain range where we have sort of our most well-known mountain called Mount Ruapehu, which is an active volcano. We have quite a few active volcanoes scattered around the country. So it's just going into spring here at the moment, which is quite nice because it's starting to warm up a bit. We've had quite a cold winter, so this warmer temperature is very much appreciated. And saying that, we've just had a big weather bomb that hit pretty much all of the country. Apparently it was the size of Australia, this big storm that came and hit us. And it did a fair amount of damage. Sort of toppled down trees and power lines. Fork lightning started fires and stuff. We don't usually get fork lightning here. Well, you never ever see it really. But I saw some out my window the other day, so that's quite impressive. Also, you might have heard recently that the city of Christchurch, which is the second biggest city, and it's the biggest city in the South Island, recently had a very devastating earthquake. It measured 7.1 magnitude on the Richter scale. It did an immense amount of damage. Pretty much everyone in Christchurch and surrounding areas was affected. A lot of the old buildings made of brick and stone fell down or were completely ruined. They had to be torn down. So that happened at the start of September. Still getting through it. It'll take a while to rebuild everything to get back to normal for everyone. So New Zealanders in times of crisis really get together and help each other out. So it's been quite nice sort of seeing everyone helping each other, because everyone's been affected really. Like I said, the population is so small. Everyone knows everyone. Not in that sense, but you're connected in some way to someone else. So really, we're still quite a new country. Like I said before, people started settling here sort of the early to mid 1800s. So the majority of the population is of European descent. It's roughly about 78% European. Or we obviously prefer to be called New Zealander now, since we've sort of got our own identity now. We've worked out a lot of the British colonialisation. And then the rest, it's roughly 14% Māori, and the rest Polynesian or Asian, Indian. So it's quite a mixed culture. The terrain of the country is rather mountainous, particularly the South Island, like I mentioned before. It's got a huge amount of mountain ranges and glaciers and sounds. Travelling around in the South Island it can take a lot longer because you've got gorges and things like that to weave in and out of. So these two very contrasted sort of living cultures here. On the one side, we've got the beach culture. You know, everyone lives near the beach because it's such a small country. You can travel anywhere and you'll be at the beach in no time. And there's just so much coastline of really sandy white beaches. But on the other hand, there's the snow people, the snow culture, where you can also get into the snow very easily. South Island is probably the best place to go do that, or otherwise, like I mentioned before, Mount Ruapehu, around that area. There's a big ski field there that you can go to. I've only ever been to the snow once in my life, and that was when I was a very little kid, so I don't really remember it all that well. So it's quite strange. It's just in my back doorstep, but I've hardly ever been. But you know, the people here, we're very easygoing and laid back and kind and friendly. That's what most people comment on when they, tourists, when they come and visit, just how kind and friendly everyone is. Also, another thing that everyone notices is just how sort of clean and green the country is. It's probably because a lot of the land is farming areas. It's quite a big export here, farming, both dairy farming and cattle farming. You know, you travel anywhere and you just see farm after farm. Food-wise, I don't really have a distinctive Kiwi taste. Obviously, a lot of lamb and beef because of the farming community. But yeah, you know, we don't really have our own distinctive food since we're still pretty newly developed from, the British and European countries. But yeah, since the country is quite multicultural, there's a lot of flavours everywhere you go. But New Zealand really is a great little country. I'm very proud to live here. It's a wonderful place. We've got some great things going on for us, and we're getting known more and more. Obviously, a big one is through the Lord of the Rings. It seems to be one of the most well-known things we're known for. And I just want to mention, or say thank you, rather, to Whispering Life, who is very well known in the Whisper community, obviously, who mentioned me in one of her videos. So I just want to say to her, thank you very much. It was quite humbling to be mentioned in her video. I've only been here a week, and it seems that everyone enjoyed my first two videos, especially the second one. So yeah, thanks again for liking that,